What if I told you, your brain has been manipulating you for years, making you afraid of things that never happen, convincing you people secretly hate you, replaying embarrassing moments nobody even remembers, and slowly trapping you in a reality that doesn't even exist? The scary part is, you probably trusted every single thought it gave you today. But by the end of this video, you'll realize something disturbing: your mind is not always trying to help you. Sometimes, it's your biggest enemy. And the worst lies are the ones that feel true. If you enjoy psychology videos that expose the hidden behaviors of the human mind, subscribe now, because this channel is going to change the way you see yourself and other people forever. Now let's expose the first lie your brain keeps telling you. One of the biggest mistakes humans make is assuming every thought in their head is true. But your brain doesn't care about truth as much as survival. That means your mind constantly creates fake danger, fake fear, fake embarrassment, fake worst-case scenarios. Have you ever sent a message and suddenly started thinking, what if they think I'm weird? Or walked past a group of people laughing and assumed they were laughing at you? That's not reality. That's your brain filling in gaps with fear. Your mind would rather make you anxious than risk being unprepared. And over time, those thoughts slowly become your identity. You stop saying, I had a negative thought, and start saying, maybe this is just who I am. That's how your brain traps you. But this next lie is even more dangerous, because most people spend their entire lives believing it without realizing they've been mentally controlled since childhood. Your brain loves comfort, not growth, not success. Comfort. That's why people stay in toxic friendships, bad habits, unhealthy routine situations that secretly destroy them, because the brain sees familiar pain as safer than unfamiliar change. Think about that. Sometimes people would rather stay miserable than face uncertainty. That's why starting something new feels uncomfortable. Your brain interprets uncertainty as danger, even when the thing you fear could completely change your life. This is why people procrastinate, why they delay opportunities, why they sabotage themselves right before success. Your brain whispers, stay where it's safe, even when safe is slowly ruining you. But the next mental trick is terrifying, because your brain can literally make painful memories feel bigger than they really were. And it's probably happening to you right now. Notice something strange? Your mind can replay one embarrassing moment from 5 years ago perfectly, but struggles to remember hundreds of good moments. That's because the human brain is naturally biased toward negative experiences. Psychologists call this negativity bias. Your brain holds on to painful memories longer because it believes they help you survive future danger. But in modern life, this becomes a problem. Because now your mind constantly replays rejection, awkward moments, failure, regret, criticism, and the more you replay something, the more emotionally real it feels. Even if nobody else remembers it. That embarrassing thing keeping you awake at night? Most people forgot it within minutes. But your brain keeps reopening the file, again, and again, and again. But what your brain does next is even worse, because it can convince you people are thinking about you far more than they actually are. Humans constantly overestimate how much people notice them. This is called the spotlight effect. Your brain acts like a giant spotlight is permanently shining on you. That's why, one awkward mistake feels life-ending, one bad photo ruins your mood, one weird interaction stays in your head all day. But reality is different. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to think about your mistakes. Everybody is trapped in their own mental world. Yet your brain keeps convincing you everyone noticed. This creates social anxiety, insecurity, fear of judgment, and slowly, people stop expressing themselves completely. Not because reality rejected them, but because their mind predicted rejection before it even happened. But your brain has one final weapon, and this one silently destroys millions of people every single day without them noticing. This might sound strange, but your brain can become addicted to negativity. Not because you enjoy suffering, but because familiar emotions become mental habits. If you constantly worry, overthink, expect disappointment, assume failure, your brain builds pathways around those thoughts. Eventually negativity becomes automatic. You wake up stressed. You expect bad outcomes. You assume the worst before anything even happens. And after a while, peace starts feeling unfamiliar. That's why some people panic when life becomes calm. Their brain became dependent on chaos. And social media makes this worse. Because modern platforms constantly feed the brain outrage, comparison, fear, overstimulation, your mind never gets silence anymore. But here's the terrifying question: if your brain lies this much, how do you stop becoming controlled by it? The goal is not to stop thoughts. That's impossible. The goal is to stop automatically believing them. Start questioning your mind. When your brain says, "Everybody hates you," ask, "What actual proof do I have?" When your brain says, "You'll fail," ask, "Or am I just afraid?" Awareness breaks mental manipulation. The moment you observe your thoughts, instead of obeying them, your brain loses power over you. And slowly, you begin separating reality from mental fear that changes everything. Because the strongest people aren't the ones with perfect minds. They're the ones who learned, not every thought deserves attention. But there's one last thing most people never realize about the brain, and understanding this could completely change how you see yourself forever. Your brain evolved for survival. Not happiness. Not confidence. Not inner peace. Survival. That means your mind naturally scans for danger, rejection, embarrassment, threats. Thousands of years ago, this kept humans alive. But today, that same survival system creates anxiety, overthinking, insecurity, mental exhaustion. So if your brain constantly feels negative sometimes, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. The real power comes when you stop letting fear control your decisions. Because once you understand how your mind manipulates you, you stop becoming a prisoner of every thought. And that is where real mental freedom begins. If this video made you see your mind differently, then you're exactly the type of person this channel was built for. Here, we expose hidden psychology, human behavior, mental manipulation, subconscious habits, and the uncomfortable truths most people ignore. So subscribe now, because the more you understand the human mind, the less control fear has over your life. And watch the next video on screen right now, because your brain is already lying to you about something else.